Hi guys! Today we're going to go over interior design styles that aren't quite so common, but are definitely really interesting. When I came up with this video, it was really based on a bunch of design styles that I had researched, but I just didn't have enough information to really create a whole video on each one. And I thought, you know what? Let's put them all together and do some lesser known design styles, and we can dive into them with as much knowledge as I have. With this video, if there's information or thoughts that you have on each style, definitely comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it because they're definitely not a ton of information on them, but they're really interesting and I wanted to share them with you guys. Okay, so the first style that's been on my list that I've wanted to talk about for a while is Cool Britannia design style. I love this look. It does remind me a lot of like restoration hardware circa like early 2000s, where I feel like we saw a lot more of this stuff. I'm definitely not saying these styles are currently on trend, but I like them and I want to talk about them. So this home style reflects pride in the United Kingdom. So using things like the British flag, the Union Jack is really frequently used as design inspiration. This 1960s pop culture inspired style was at its height in the 1990s. It was reinforced by popular bands of the time like Oasis, Elastica, and the Spice Girls. Come on, we all love the Spice Girl. Remember that dress with the Union Jack on it? I love that dress. Anyways. So various shades of red, white, and blue were often used subtly throughout the home. For instance, a warm brick fireplace with cream-colored walls, blue-toned sofas, and the Cool Britannia color palette. It's really common in this style to bring in some quirky accessories and statement art that offer a splash of personality to this British-inspired style. You'll often see a lot of neutral tone furniture in this look. However, you'll often also bring in a lot of pillows that could feature that bold red, white, and blue pattern, even bringing in the Union Jack pattern, or oftentimes a way to bring in color with a neutral tone furniture would be to use pillows that were in the bold red, white, and blue colors, whether it was solids or patterns, also bringing in that Union Jack print into the pillows. It was also really common to see leather furniture used. I specifically remember seeing a lot of that tufted furniture used in this particular look, tufted leather furniture, for example. Oversized as well in that caramel colored tones, which that color is actually coming really back on trend currently. Vintage accents were often used in this look as well. I do remember and recall seeing a lot of wood furniture in like distressed forms, as well as distressed cabinetry and etc. Also, there was like this, I don't know if this was that particular style, but there was a lot of metal, like that kind of banged aged metal. I remember seeing a lot of those and like those trunks used a lot in this look as well. Okay, this design style is the Dutch pastel aesthetic. I did touch on this in my design trends video because this is becoming more and more popular, this particular color palette as well as this particular aesthetic. It's also known as the pastel Scandi aesthetic, which has really gained a lot of popularity in social media in the recent years. So really how you get this look is a combination of minimalist Scandinavian design, muted pastel pops of colors, and retro graphic patterns. The Danish pastel design style is a fresh and bright way to decorate your home. I love the combination of all these. I think it's a really interesting vibe, and with some light colored woods, it really does have a really unique aesthetic to it. I also mentioned cyberpunk in my design trends video. Again, this one is very new to the kind of popular discussion form. This can be broken down into 3 types. So minimalist, chaotic, and retro futuristic. So sometimes with the cyberpunk style, you'll also see a blending of elements of Asian or even ancient Egyptian culture that's mixed in there. Sometimes people might call it pan-cultural look as well. I've only seen that once used as a term, but I do want to highlight that just in case. It is, like I said, still new and still learning about it. So in all 3 of these types, there are some common elements: electronics, glossy, and matte colors with a very sparse palette. You'll also notice a lot of repetitive geometric patterns. The use of metal, glass, ambient lighting is huge, and some automation as well. The cyberpunk style is very unique, and it is, I think, one of those styles that it's almost like a runway. Like you might see something on the runway and you're like, "Whoa, that's really cool," but like you're not going to necessarily wear it in that exact way. It's kind of, in my head, I feel like people will take parts of that and like recreate it in their own space, maybe like a touch of it, not so much the whole thing. Kind of like steampunk, where you take parts of it and apply it, but not necessarily, exactly as you would see it maybe on TV or in a commercial or something like that. Also, before I continue, don't forget to hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, all that jazz. I say it every time. Thank you. And the final design style that I want to touch on in today's video is biomorphic design. So this one I don't have a lot of details on. It does feel a lot like biophilic design, but in summary, biomorphic design is a design where forms and masses have organic abstract forms. They seem to be mobile, vibrant, and far from geometric fixed forms. So they are considered biomorphic or organic. So again, it's that organic, natural aesthetic that we're seeing. It's definitely where we're bringing the outside in and finding new ways to incorporate that biophilic, natural, organic, like think stones, think woods, all those things into our space. Again, not too much information on this one, but I'm going to dig further. If you guys enjoyed this video today, I'll include the link to my design styles playlist. You'll probably find a lot of really interesting design styles in there that you might gravitate towards, and YouTube seems to think you'll like this one next. All right, guys, until next time, bye.